Good morning, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. In today's video, I'm doing a twin flame reading for the Twin Flame Collective. I channel these readings as live premieres every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you would like to be here during those premieres and tune into our very special, very high vibrational and healing live chat sessions that we do have during these readings, then be sure to stop back here on the channel on those times and days. So I was just starting to shuffle the energy oracle cards, and one card immediately flew out of the deck, and this is the storm warning card in the upright position. This is also the number 10 card, and I'm sensing that some of you listening may be seeing some of the number 1010. So of course we are going to get some clarification for this card. But first, if you haven't yet, be sure to like this video and also double check that you are subscribed to this channel. Now, this is because by liking and subscribing, these are ways of virtually transmitting your presence here, saying, yes, I am here, I am ready to receive a message. And this actually makes it easier for me to pick up on your energy and the energy of your situation. So let's get some clarification for this storm warning card to start off this reading. Man holding a heart in the reverse position. Okay, can I get one more clarification card? And two actually came out here together. Strategy reversed and the fourth chakra, the heart chakra card in the upright position. So right away with those two cards, I'm hearing heart opening and releasing one's need for a plan, meaning releasing that part of the ego mind, the primally programmed, evolutionarily programmed self that needs to have everything figured out about ourselves, our lives, and our connection in advance in order to feel safe, surrendering that need to have all the answers in exchange for, and instead of that need to know, replacing that with the courage to love. That's what I'm getting. Replacing the need to know with the courage to love, meaning the courage to radiate unconditionally loving energy to self and others in this situation, in spite of not knowing the future. Now, of course, I know that I am speaking in a very abstract way at the moment, and that is for two reasons. One, because I feel that many of you, specifically for this message, will know how those abstract words and messages connect with you personally. And truly, it's just my goal through these readings to reconnect you with your own inner knowing, with your own intuition. Because as I always say, you always and only have the answers for yourself, your life, and your twin flame connection within yourself. However, the second reason I'm leaving this a bit more abstract is also because I feel that we are going to get a bit more concrete clarification coming through soon. So this could be providing a bit of an overall theme for what is coming through this reading. So storm warning upright and man holding a heart reversed. I'm strongly picking up, first of all, on a divine masculine here with this man holding a heart reversed. A divine masculine, I heard, trying to give his heart away or wanting to give his heart away or open himself in regards to love or connection. But there's some kind of a conflict or an issue coming up here as well. So that is what I'm going to get clarification on. Let's start by channeling a few messages from the guidebook with this storm warning card. Clouds on the horizon. This card indicates a potential difficulty either in the external world or within yourself or your emotional life. Okay, so right away I'm sensing, again, man holding a heart reversed. It's like, I feel this masculine saying, Divine Feminine, I want so desperately to open myself completely to you, to open my heart completely. I'm almost getting emotional as I'm channeling that message from this masculine. But then, as the guidebook says, there's something coming up here with either the external world or within the self. So for this masculine, this could be either external or internal, or both, because the internal plane, the energetic plane within us manifests in the external. I keep hearing karmic, so there could be some kind of karmic pattern, energetically speaking, a karmic cycle, or even a manifested karmic situation that appears to be, quote unquote, in the way here. And I'm using quotations because, of course, twin flames are always intertwined, interconnected inseparably with one another on the energetic plane. And it's only the illusions of the physical that cause us to perceive separations. But I do feel there is some kind of perceived block or perceived interference. So I'm going to see if I can channel more information on this. So what is this perceived block or perceived interference for this divine masculine? Okay, door to personal healing and happiness reversed. This is so interesting because this card has been coming up a lot for the masculine especially. The second card is the happy family card in the upright position. Okay, so I'm picking up on a masculine here who very much, I want to use the word craves stability. I'm getting strong earth energy from this masculine. He may or may not be an earth sign. He could simply have this strong valuation on the stable, the secure. I'm hearing finding security through established material things or connections. There's a lot of like root chakra energy coming up here. I'm picking up a few different masculines, but from one masculine, I'm getting this message of, I'm afraid of the instability this connection is bringing into my material world. I do keep seeing a marriage or a family. So this masculine could be connected in with some other marriage or could have a family with someone else. There could be some kind of a third party situation at play here, but this third party energy, meaning this energy that appears to be in the physical, interfering with the twin flame connection in the physical, may not necessarily be a relationship or a person or a family. This could also be going back to, in previous readings, we've discussed the divine masculine collective's tendency to fixate or focus more so on the physical world, on the material, and how through their ongoing spiritual awakening, they are being called to release this need to derive their sense of security and stability from the physical world and choose love, choose expansion, spiritual expansion, soul expansion, in spite of their fears of releasing their grip a little bit on, again, their physical world, their material world, and some of the things in this world that may have been disaligned, not aligned with their soul's highest path, but that could have brought them a sense of security or stability. So, door to personal healing and happiness reverse. This speaks to a masculine continuing his process of individual healing. And when I use that word individual, I'm speaking to the fact that the twin flames I'm picking up on here could be in some kind of perceived separation in the physical world that causes this masculine to feel as though he's going through this process of healing, of changing his life alone. But of course, that's from a very human, ego-based perspective that perspective of aloneness, of individuality, because between twin flames on the energetic level, there isn't this individual two energies coming together. There is only one shared energy body in a sense. Blossoming abundance in the upright position. These cards have been just recurring through the Divine Masculine Collective. I just keep getting this message of reprioritizing what is important to this masculine, or realizing what is truly important from a soul's perspective, from the spiritual perspective, which is causing this major change up in his world physically. In fact, I'm just receiving the download. That is with this storm warning card. By the way, just a second ago, I saw the number 1111, a really powerful sign of confirmation and alignment. But this is taking me full circle to the first card we pulled, the storm warning card. I feel like it's actually the masculine going through these storms right now as a result of this heart expansion, this heart opening, this strategy reversed, releasing the need for a plan, this choosing to forsake an artificial sense of stability, security in the physical and the material world, and to choose instead his own healing, his own deep level soul expansion. I heard reevaluating. I'm almost seeing this masculine go back through his life experiences, or take a period of reflection. He may be thinking a lot on, I heard regrets, on things that happened in the past, specifically in regards to this twin flame journey. If you have been consciously connecting with your twin in the physical for a period of time, then I'm hearing this masculine is really reflecting on the past, these past interactions. I'm hearing communication specifically coming up here, and lack of communication. So a masculine could be specifically looking back and reflecting on the ways that he could have been closed off at certain times in his communication to the feminine. The ironic thing is, I feel that some of the masculines doing this reflection may still be in a period of low contact or no contact in the physical with some of the divine feminines. This may not be everyone. This could just be a few people. But regardless, even if your divine masculine, if you are the feminine listening, even if your divine masculine hasn't been communicating a lot right now in the physical, it's ironic because I still see him thinking a lot about past communications or past times where he wasn't very effective or open in his communication in the 3D with the divine feminine, and feeling a sense of regrets about these situations. Interesting. Now with the broken heart reversed and the garden and the gate in the upright position, I'm now actually picking up on a divine feminine energy, and I feel this divine feminine responding to the masculine and saying very bluntly, I'm tired of getting my heart broken, and I once, or really more so, need to protect myself, to protect my heart, to protect my energy. And I'm going to go ahead and reshuffle these other cards here. If you would like to tune into more specifics on how the divine masculine, as we were just channeling previously, could be experiencing these internal and or external blocks within the connection as he continues to open, to expand his heart space, we will be channeling many more specifics on both internally, energetically based blockages for the masculine at this time, as well as how those energetic blockages may be showing up within your connection in a more 3D physical way. So those channeled messages will be in the extended version of this reading, which is in our beautiful Twin Flame Soul Tribe on Patreon. So the link to that extended reading is in the pinned comment and description box. Okay, so speaking now to the divine feminine, who is really wanting to come through here, and I feel this coming from her 3D self. You guys know I tend to like to divide the messages in these readings between 3D and 5D messages, because very often what we experience and even what we consciously think and feel in the physical, in the 3D world, can be very different from our soul's perspective, that 5D higher self perspective on ourselves, our life, and our twin flame journey. So I feel the messages we just channeled for the masculine were also coming from his 3D oriented self. And now we are speaking to the divine feminine in the 3D. So the words negative and growth came out in the love word scramble. For those of you who are new, the love word scramble is simply a tool I use to channel specific words that will connect with certain individuals in very unique ways. With the word growth and negative together, I'm almost feeling as though there is a divine feminine. I heard healing through her triggers. So there could be a divine feminine who at times has actually felt some negative feelings or thoughts come up on the conscious plane through the conscious mind recently. I'm specifically hearing over the last few days or weeks especially. And I don't feel that all divine feminines will be experiencing this, but for those of you that are experiencing these moments of, I'm just hearing moments of negative thinking or of doubtful thinking. I heard, I feel like my greatest cynic or my greatest critic at times. So there could be some self-criticism, even self-doubt, or I'm also hearing doubt projected toward this entire twin flame experience or this twin flame journey that's coming out from time to time. However, I feel like for this divine feminine, if this is connecting with you, you need to know there's some elements of illusion through these negative thoughts and feelings you're experiencing, because as I was speaking there, I just couldn't wait to get to this card and share this card, but I needed to lay the groundwork, get some context there. But the card that came through is the Magician and the Mirror in the upright position. Now, this is profound because this is one of the two cards in this deck that I most strongly associate with twin flame connection, specifically the balance within twin flame connection. And not just as we think of this connection externally, but more so the balance internally of the divine feminine and divine masculine within us. So what I'm hearing is, divine feminine, if you've been having these negative thoughts or feelings or doubtful moments about yourself or your spiritual journey generally, know that what's actually going on here is, as that word came out earlier, growth. What's actually happening here is, through these triggers, even through these moments of pain, of confusion, of negativity, you are expanding. These moments that your ego is labeling as negative are actually moments that are catalyzing you, that are, I wanted to say, allowing you to take a quantum leap towards greater balancing within yourself, integration specifically, of course, of your own inner divine masculine and divine feminine. And I'm going to channel some messages on that now. So how are these moments of negativity causing this divine feminine to integrate her inner masculine and feminine? Caring connections in the upright position. I simply heard opening yourself to being loved, specifically to being vulnerable but confident in your vulnerability with Angel of Strength in the upright position. There's a lot of strong solar plexus chakra energy here. An understanding of the self, a supporting of the self, a deep sense of self-confidence through that radiant solar plexus chakra energy for you, divine feminine, now allowing you to actually forge, to open yourself to caring, open, vulnerable connections with others in your life, both platonically and romantically. Whoa, the card Door to Personal Healing and Happiness came out in the upright position. Let me just grab that card here. It actually flew out onto the floor. It's interesting because this card also came out for the masculine, but it was in the reverse position. And interestingly, what I just channeled from that is that because this card was turned inward for the masculine, it's almost as though for the divine masculine, a lot of these energetic healing processes and shifts are occurring within the masculine. But for the feminine at this time on the planet, I'm hearing that with this door to personal healing and happiness upright, it's almost as though this card is turned outward, telling me that for the feminine, these changes are actually becoming more visible, more manifested for her. I heard glowing up. It's as though she is visibly appearing and presenting herself more confidently. It's like something tangible. She is manifesting tangible success, achievements, changes in her life. And I heard something about 6 months. It's like over the next 6 months, if these changes don't appear to be highly visible yet to you, Divine Feminine, then this card for you specifically could be indicating hold your ground. Continue to allow these changes to take place, because although you may not be able to physically, visibly perceive them or notice them yet, they are happening in a tangible way in the physical world. And I know that I'm being a bit abstract there. This could apply to, again, love, relationships, but it also could apply to changes you're making positively in any area of your life, growth, expansion in career, in work, in your passions or hobbies, starting some kind of new endeavor. There's something about the physical body, so this could be appearance related for some of you. Yeah, the World card in the upright position, this is a card of expansion, of opening up. I specifically heard sharing yourself with the world, but this time your true, authentic self through developing that strong core of inner confidence within yourself, within specifically the solar plexus chakra center, with Angel of Strength in the upright position. The theme here for the Divine Feminine is this message of through healing and shifting yourself, through developing core, deep confidence within yourself, you are able now to manifest, to open yourself to receiving in all areas of life. There's something specifically here with caring connections, specifically tied into Divine Feminine, what you are going to be attracting in love, relationships, and in friendships as well, even platonically. You are becoming very magnetic for all forms of connection, success, achievement. But this magnetism is actually coming from this stronger sense of self. I heard selfish, so at times others could perceive you as being selfish with your time or energy because you are focusing more on yourself, taking back your power, taking more time for yourself and your true soul's passions in life. However, know that it's not that you're being selfish here the way that society would like to label it. It's that through fully reconnecting with yourself, you are now developing this stable core within that is allowing you to connect with others in a more authentic way than ever before. And that self-reconnection, of course, as I'm speaking here to you, Divine Feminine, the Yin Yang card comes out in the upright position. The number 22 card, the number 1 twin flame card in this deck, and it's upright, speaking to the fact that everything I've been telling you about Divine Feminine, all of these changes taking place within yourself, your inner world, and also becoming externally manifested in your reality. You may think that, again, that this door to personal healing and happiness is happening very individually. You may think from an ego or human perspective that because at times you feel disconnected in the physical from your twin or separate from them in some way, you may believe from a human perspective that your path is happening individually. It's like that last reading I did where two twin flames were walking different paths, blindly believing they were separate, but in the end their paths converge. And this metaphor is recurrent. It's coming up again in this reading. The Patience card also came up here. Really, with this card, Patience, what I really hear is the divine timing, trusting, leaning into the divine timing, divine feminine of your life and of the unfolding of this connection. But the unfolding of this twin flame connection, divine feminine, is happening through the changes and shifts you are allowing to continue to take hold within yourself and your life that can appear very individualistic at times. So it's such an irony. It's like the back door to this greater reconnection manifested physically with your divine masculine, divine feminine, happens through the door of what appears to be a very self-focused path, a path of fully reconnecting with the self, protecting the self, supporting the self, allowing yourself the time and space and energy and support you need to create around your passions and beautiful creative abilities. Yes, strategy in the reverse position. I see these cards really coming out here together in one cluster of a message. Strategy reversed, patience upright, and the yin yang card upright, speaking to the fact that when it comes specifically to your twin flame connection, divine feminine, there's the need, the ongoing need with strategy reversed to release your ego's desire to have everything mapped out in advance. I'm hearing the true map, the only map is within you. And the thing about this internal map, this internal compass of your life, is that you only are ever given the next step. And the thing about walking this divine path is, divine feminine, you have to continue to take that next step, sometimes blindly, sometimes completely on faith, without knowing exactly what the step after that is going to be. But trusting that with this yin yang card upright, the balance is coming in. The integration between you and your divine masculine is happening energetically through that forward motion. There's something here about action orientation, divine feminine, about you continuing to take those, I'm seeing that Starseed Oracle card, baby steps. Take those small action steps, those baby steps towards supporting yourself, towards creating in your life, towards walking your own divine path, which again, I keep needing to reiterate this, but that path at times can feel very individual. It doesn't look like things you are doing or saying or acting in connection with your physically manifested twin flame counterpart. This is about a journey you are taking within yourself, a journey you are taking home within the self. But in that home space, that is where you also achieve this energetic reunion with your twin that then manifests physically, because you share the same home on a soul level, energetically speaking. I just keep hearing like home is where you are. And I felt that home frequency when I was with you, divine masculine. I hear this divine feminine's higher self speaking here. She's saying, I felt that home frequency with you, divine masculine, but what I'm now realizing is that the home frequency I felt with you is the reconnection with myself. And that when I thought I was simply desiring you and desiring this external connection, I was really desiring that reconnection with self. And then it follows naturally that through reconnecting with myself, I am then so effortlessly, fully, completely reconnecting with you. It all feels very backwards to the perspective of the ego, but the soul knows that this is the way. Your soul knows the way. Listen to that. There's something about really being tapped into your intuition as well at this time, divine feminine. Really pay attention to I'm hearing to those feelings of gut instinct that you get, that sudden flash into your mind of an idea or a vision or a thought, because your intuition is really powerful and clear at this time, divine feminine. So I know the divine feminine's higher self was coming through a little bit there, and I feel there may be more messages from this divine feminine's higher self, as well as potentially her spirit guides and team about her life and about this connection. And I will be channeling those more in-depth higher self messages, spiritual messages for the divine feminine in the extended reading, which again is linked in the pinned comments and description box. But for now, for the sake of time, I am going to be speaking to the higher self of both the masculine and the divine feminine to one another. So what does the divine masculine want to say to the divine feminine? What does he really want to say that for some reason I feel guided to ask? What is he terrified to say? And all side up in the upright position came out right away. And I hear divine masculine saying, divine feminine, I would never say this to you at this time in the physical world because I'm too terrified. I actually hear him saying because the words just won't formulate, the words won't come out. But if I was speaking from my soul, this is what I would say. What would this divine masculine say that he's terrified to say to the divine feminine? The Sun card in the reverse position. I know that I was the one who pushed back our new beginning, and I regret it every day. I think every day of what could have been. Magician and the mirror reverse coming out again. What could have been if I wasn't so out of balance within myself in the past. If my inner divine feminine and divine masculine energy, specifically I'm seeing the divine feminine metaphorically almost being trapped, like tied up within this masculine. I was so terrified to fully reconnect with my inner divine feminine, which caused me to push you, my external divine feminine, away, because through connecting with you in the physical, you were reconnecting me with that inner divine feminine energy, with that emotional experience. And I'm seeing just this like waterfall of emotions come out here. And this masculine almost saying, I can't deal with these emotions right now. I feel him speaking in the past saying, I can't deal with these emotions you're bringing up within me. So instead, what I did in the past with woman holding a coin upright is I distracted myself with other things. I'm hearing karmic situations with the material, the physical. This could be, I'm hearing some kind of addiction, but I keep strongly seeing another person. So there could have been a third party, a karmic relationship involved here. I distracted myself with them or with this thing that was very shallow, very materially focused, because divine feminine, it was easier to allow myself to be materially distracted than to face the profound emotional experiences you were bringing up within me. I heard simply by speaking to me, by being in my presence, for some reason there's something about by saying my name. So there could be something about specifically divine feminine when you say this masculine's name, how it just makes him feel some type of way, feel almost this really profound rush of emotion. I hear him saying, because divine feminine, when you say my name, I feel as though I remember beyond that name. It's like I remember beyond the identity that I was given in this lifetime, that I took on in this lifetime. I remember who I am at this soul level. Door to personal healing and happiness in the reverse. But divine feminine, in spite of all this, in spite of all my regrets regarding the past, regarding this delayed new beginning, the ways in which I distracted myself with things that were easier for me to focus on, because what I felt with you was too powerful and emotionally charged for me to face at that time. In spite of all of that, believe me when I say I am releasing attachments with the attachment card reversed. I'm taking off the mask. Something about the woman removing her mask in this image on this card is really standing out to me right now. It's like, I don't want to hide from you anymore. I don't want to hide from what I'm feeling within myself. Cornucopia upright came out here as well, the manifestation of the heart's desires. I know that I delayed this manifestation of our connection in the past, divine feminine, but I don't want to hold back anymore. And I specifically don't want to hold back the movement forward between us in the physical anymore. And I'm realizing with happy family in the upright position, in the past, I valued stability for the sake of stability, meaning that I valued things in my material world they gave me an artificial sense of security, of safety, of stability, because there was a time in my life when I didn't have that kind of stability or safety. I feel a specific divine masculine speaking here to inner child wounds, to never quite feeling fully secure and safe in childhood, but this won't apply necessarily to everyone. Take it only if it resonates. But for this masculine, regardless, I hear the collective masculine here saying, in the past, I valued anything in my life that brought me a sense of material security or stability, some established relationship or job or person in my life, again, simply because it was familiar to me and therefore felt safe. And divine feminine, when you came along into my life, for a while, I continued to try to return to those things in my life that made me feel safe, that felt familiar to me, but that were very shallow, very materially focused, with this woman holding a coin upright. Again, simply for the sake of security. I keep hearing, I sought things in my life that were familiar simply for the sake of feeling secure. But now I'm realizing, yes, I do want stability, stable connection, manifested connection in my life, but I want that, quite simply, I want that with you, with this happy family card. It's like, I don't want security or safety for the sake of the familiarity to just feed my ego. I want to manifest from that state of alignment. Energetically speaking, it's like, yes, I want those stable manifested things within our connection. I want that physical reunion together. I want something real, something tangible, something we can share together in this physical world, with the happy family card upright. You also may be seeing the number 444, by the way, if this resonates with you. But I hear this masculine saying, but now I value soul expansion with the world card upright. I value true, authentic, open, soul-aligned connection more so than that previous stability I found through the shallow, through the exclusively material things in my life, if that makes sense. I know that this message coming through is a bit complex, but this masculine, I hear him saying, I have so much to say, and yet there's a masculine here saying, I have so much to say, but I'm not saying any of it. So there could be very low to no communication in your connection. And if so, door to value came out here reversed. So if there is low communication at times from your divine masculine, divine feminines, this is simply because this masculine is feeling, with door to value reversed, a bit of an issue around his sense of self-worth or value within himself, regardless of how or what he is presenting. I heard his confidence took a hit in some way, or just in general through his life. This could be in part as a result of this really powerful spiritual awakening he's going through. This could be causing, again, these storms, as we pulled in the initial beginning messages. It could be causing these storms in his life, this feeling of chaos or confusion in his life that is temporarily causing him to actually feel as though he is confused. Who am I? Why am I here? Feeling a lack of self-worth or self-value because of this that's coming up as well. But from this space of feeling low self-worth as a result of the loss of things that were in his life that were unaligned with his soul, that were feeding the ego, but that weren't in true alignment with his most authentic, soulful self. Through this process, what is really happening is he is rebuilding an aligned, authentic, core, deep sense of self that is confident, not artificially, not as a derivative of these physically oriented 3D material things, but because he is fully reconnecting with his inner self, specifically, again, going back to that reconnection with his emotional experience, his inner divine feminine. So, wow, really powerful messages coming through from this masculine. And in the extended, I'm going to be channeling more information on specifically how this masculine is reconnecting with his inner divine feminine, with his emotional experiences, and how this could be showing up both for him in his life and in connection in the physical with the divine feminine. And I will also be channeling more higher self love messages from the divine masculine and from the divine feminine as well. But for now, I'm going to be closing out this reading by pulling a Rumi Oracle card with one final message for twin flames tuning into this reading. So what do twin flames listening to this reading need to know? What is one final message for twin flames here listening to this reading? Cosmic Hearts, the number 8 card. So you might be seeing a lot of the number 888. And I'm going to read the poem for this card from the Rumi Oracle Guidebook. I was dead. I became alive. And I specifically heard ego death for the masculine through that line. I was tears. I became laughter. The power of love arrived and made me everlasting power. I have seen everything. I have no fear. I have the hearts of a lion. I shine like Venus. Rumi. And the guidebook also says, in a moment of my crisis that cracked my heart open, and I really heard heart chakra activation or awakening, I was given a gift. Though I felt fear and confusion, a gift came to me more powerful than those temporary ailments. That gift was the ability to hear the sounds hidden beneath all of life. And I'm really hearing spiritual awakening through that line. I heard it, that sacred sound of the beating hearts of universal love, unconditional love, twin flame love. Now I know that belief in unworthy things like fear and doubt is lunacy. Even my loneliness became unconvincing to me, meaning this masculine is no longer feeling alone or individualistic on a soul level because he is consciously reconnecting with the truth of his interconnectedness with the divine feminine counterpart. We, you and I, divine feminine, are animated by this living heartbeat, part of life that is sustained by it. You and I, the planets, the birds, and the fishes, emerge from the great source because of this beating heart of the universe. I hear it everywhere now. It has become so loud, louder than any word of fear. It resonates through my soul and eclipses any tremor of anxiety. And just one final message from the guidebook here. There is a time on the journey of love, and I'm specifically hearing the twin flame journey of unconditional love, when the beloved, that would be you and me, sweet soul, is prepared to engage more completely with the hearts of the divine lover. Wow, beautiful, beautiful thoughts from the Rumi Oracle Guidebook today. I really hope that everyone tuning in and listening to this reading got something powerful, received some kind of message of guidance or clarity from this reading. And if you did, please be sure to leave me a comment under this video. Let me know what resonated with you personally. In the extended version of this reading, I will be channeling many more in-depth thoughts and messages for the Twin Flame Collective, including, of course, as we mentioned, what is changing internally and being reflected externally through the heart of this connection, both on the feminine and masculine side, as well as what the masculine is continuing to feel, these metaphoric storms coming up for him as he's continuing to expand his heart space through his spiritual awakening. And of course, we will be channeling more higher self messages from the higher self of the divine feminine and her guides to her physical 3D self, and love and connection related messages from both the masculine and feminine to one another. So if you would like to, or you feel guided to those extended messages, the link to that is in the pinned comment and description box. Otherwise, I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful rest of your day, and I will talk to you again in Friday's Twin Flame reading.